So it's 12 o'clock in the morning. I did take my meds, so I'm waiting for those to kick in. But until they do, I've been thinking about my ex-friend who has caused me a lot of pain and trauma over these last few days. Actually almost week. So I'm going to talk about this while it's on my mind. And I have Julie here. So I did find out that she did message Julie. Julie just didn't tell me the other day because she said I was having a good day and we didn't want to ruin the day or bring my mood down, which I can understand. I just would have liked to have been told. But go back to the messages. So, because this is just me technically telling them off because I don't appreciate how they treated me. So bear with me, this is going to be long. So it says, hi, I don't know if I should say the name. So this is talking to her mom. I said, hi, Mom. It's Maddie talking on Julie's other number. I understand if you blocked this before you read this, but you and your daughter have stepped way out of line, and I do not appreciate it. Your daughter and you have hurt me beyond belief. I have read everything you told me and Julie, but I don't understand why you would call me your adopted daughter, and in a very rough time, you pick your blood daughter over me. You do realize how messed up that is, right? I understand she's your daughter, but wasn't I? Because she did tell me time and time again, I was her daughter, I was like, okay, fine, I have you and my other mother. I understand she's your daughter, but wasn't I? What did I do that bad that deserved to be blocked by you? Because, Lee, I can understand, because she was my best friend. I mean, ever since March when we first started talking, she was always there for me, and we just hung out all summer, and maybe I was just a summer fling that she got tired of because school started and school was overwhelming, and then I was apparently overwhelming. But she never had that conversation with me to tell me that I was overwhelming. And even a break from this friendship I can understand, but completely cutting me out, I don't, because I don't think that that's fair to me whenever I was already in a rough time and I was already going through things. Obviously, I am not saying anyone else can't go through things, but the way that her and her mother just left without handling everything. So, I understand your daughter because she doesn't want to face her own actions, but you and her knew for months how I was, because that I never lied about. Everyone who steps into my life now, I do inform them I do have some mental problems, and sometimes it's going to be rough with me, and if you're okay with that, you can stay, but if you want to go, I understand. Like I said, there's no conversation. Only whenever they toss me to the wolves, then they jip. But you and her knew for months how I was. But your daughter made no other attempts to try and help me if she really thought I was in danger that day. But she knows Carter and Mama, which Carter is the anger version and the one who holds all the anger, and he will protect his body from getting hurt ever again. And Mama is pretty much the caretaker, right? Mm-hmm. So Mama's the caretaker that takes care of the body.
She's like, I think there's an actual term for it, because there's I think Carter and Mama both fall under the gatekeeper type personalities.
I have no idea. Mama, and she also knew the pain I was in, and I did tell her what happened the night before. That made me very upset, and I was not having a good day. But does that mean I shouldn't feel bad? You literally told me in a comment, which I'm going to get to the part where I said that. So that part I really don't want to discuss on YouTube and let everyone know my business like that, because it's kind of odd for me. But long story short, it just involved me and my wife trying to do things, that adults do, and it backfired on me, and I dissociated really bad. And then the next day, I was having a bad day. But that's all I'm going to say. I'm not going into detail. That's right? What I say adds up. Am I lying? Did I miss anything? Okay. So when I look to the left like that, I realize how big my nose is, and I'm like, ugh.
I don't want to hear it.
Look to the left. I love your nose.
I
It's a
got
Squidward nose.
I got a Jewish nose. I hate it.
Okay, so. You literally told me in a comment to never stop talking and this is what you do, because earlier, before the cops got called, I had posted on my personal Facebook page talking about how my life is sucky or whatever, and talking about when people die, why do they feel bad, but they don't feel bad when they're alive, or something along those lines. And then my uncle started talking, coming on, trying to say stuff to me, like, you need to go in a mental hospital. I'm like, I'm sorry, you don't need to tell me what to do because you don't know me that well. You can be my uncle, but that doesn't mean you know me. And then, sorry.
K. We'll call her
Yeah.
K.
Yeah, Kay. Lee's mom, she was kind of backing up me. She was like, yeah, you know, you don't know her. I talk to her every day and all of this. Like, you don't have to deal with her on a daily basis like I do. And I'm like, I don't appreciate that either. Like, I don't have to deal with you. Like, that's still that part that bothers me, that people say that they have to deal with me. It's like, you don't have to deal with anything. You choose to deal with me. You choose that.
That's why I was very careful, even when I was pissed off with my wording during that fight. I was very careful not to say, I have to deal with her on a daily basis. I said, I deal with her on a daily basis and you don't. I never said I had to. I just do.
This is so, because she also told me, like, never stop talking, but she discourages me by blocking me because her daughter messed up. Okay. Do you or your daughter want to know what happened to me in the mental hospital? I was assaulted by a really crazy man. Want to know why? Because I was just there. I was not going to end my life. Want to know why? Because I was fighting for myself, but I didn't have a chance to even talk to you about what happened the night prior, because I was also going to tell her about what happened between me and my wife and see if she understands, since she was also she's a warrior. Even if I don't like her right now, she's a warrior, and she is not a victim of what happened to her, but she knew what I was going through, just to say along those lines. So I didn't get a chance to talk to her about it that day because, well, I know she was working and I was cooking dinner and cleaning. But anyways.
I do want to add something. That before I got home that day, when she called the cops on you, before I got home to check on you, after I had left, actually. After I left, I went back to work, and she was just, like, telling me, like, kind of what was going on, and I was, like, you were still texting me, and I was seeing what was going on in the messages of what you were struggling, and I outright told her, you're fighting yourself. I mean, she's fighting herself. That's all that's going on, is that she is fighting herself.
Why don't you clarify, because I was talking about Lee's mom, you're talking about Lee.
Sorry.
So she's talking about what me and Lee were saying before Lee actually called the police on me.
But I literally told her that you were fighting yourself. That would, on a normal day, trigger her to call you, or to tell her mom to call you if she can't call. She didn't do any of that day. So I want to know what was going through her head that day to not do any of the things she would normally do. Whether it call you herself, or have her mom call you, considering she knew I was back at work. But she called the cops instead, when I outright said that you were fighting yourself.
Yep, because I still have the messages of what I said to her. Because I reread them and I'm like, I can understand if that does seem like I was saying I need a cop to help me. But I didn't even say I need a cop to help. I just said I need cops. Because I could not see. I was wearing my glasses, but my vision was getting very dark. And I can only type with one thing because that's the only thing my eyes could focus on. And that is the truth, because I said the same thing to her. I wouldn't just say it to one person, not say it to someone else if it wasn't happening. So, like, to back up my story, like, it's still in other messages to prove that, because I was already saying odd things and not making sense earlier to her, but she knows that either I talk like that when I'm upset and crying, you know, or whatever. Because when I'm upset and pissed or I'm crying, I'm like, yeah, that's all that's coming out. But it also is when I can't see, but she knows that.
Like I said, I see.
She's been here for
what's going on.
5 years, Uncle, by the way. She's been here for 5 years, and she knows everything about me. Everything. She's seen things no one else will ever see, and that should never see because it is my body and my soul. So, yes, Uncle, hello, she does know me. No, I'm not manipulative like you said to my wife I was. And I don't lie about things to make people feel bad for me. That's you, sir, but that's another family secret video if all my family tries to keep pushing me. Because I'm at to a point where I'm not going to deal with family I'm not going to deal with family who's going to talk over me or not let me speak and not laugh at me whenever I'm being serious, and stop joking with me whenever I'm not joking. If I'm not joking, you shouldn't joke either, because it's just not okay to do that to someone like me. Because I will post a video. It will be called Family Drama and Secrets Finally Revealed, Part 1.
It's gonna be a multi-part thriller.
I will probably make it a movie as well, like...
Do like Sam and Colby, put in parts first and then put one mega thing together as a movie.
But anyways, I'm a very loving person, and I do understand I have a mental illness, but I was terrified in that place. I was placed in a unit where the people were literally crazy, like talking to themselves and beating up other people, and there was a lot, honestly. And the reason I am sending this is because of your daughter's actions. I have been set back mentally with everything that happened. I can understand I did thank her last time because she did call the cops, and the last time they came was 2 cops, not 50,000 police outside in a helicopter, because... What?
Basically, bitch got 3 stars, like, bitch got 4 stars called on her in GTA.
Right? I was like, I didn't even do anything. But anyways, the last time was a very nice cop, and he made me feel bad. He kind of played a mind trick on me, I'm assuming. So, touche, cop, checking on me, touche. But no. I did, so, where was I? I did thank her last time, but she made it seem like I was dying and made no attempt to even call me. I was in the middle of making dinner, which was good, but that got wasted, and I do wish she would give me the $40 because that dinner did cost $40, and she wasted it knowing I'm not rich either. Because I said I do wish she would give me $40 to remake that dinner because I didn't ask for any of that. I was lied to and mistreated by everybody. And your daughter is a coward for running and hiding and can't even face me herself. She couldn't have even opened the door, but when I came to her to talk, she hid like a coward, because when I did knock on her door the next day when I got out the hospital, I do believe it was her, she came to the door and was standing on the other side of it because I heard her little feet. I heard music or a TV playing, and then I heard that go off, and then I heard stomp, 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 or slap, slap, slap to the floor, and I'm like, I knew that was her. I didn't say anything, though. I knew. I was just standing there. She didn't even send me a message, say, hey, go away, I'm calling the cops. Nope, she just literally hid behind a door, like I was going to beat the living crap out of her. And mind you, I did have something in my hands. It was a bag of the note that I wrote her and some pictures that she can burn and do whatever she wants, because I don't want someone like that in my apartment who has treated me bad and who has traumatized me and who is just a liar in general. Because there could have been a chance of her coming back from this, but since I'm making this video now, I highly doubt that, and I really do hope she watches this. Hi! I don't appreciate everything you did to me, and I don't appreciate the coward moves you have played. And another thing, I don't think you should be a school counselor whenever you do drugs, and you also do this to people. If I'm too much, hun, don't keep doing what you're doing. Don't do it. That's all I gotta say, because you're gonna be dealing with kids who probably are gonna be a lot worse than me.
Oh, child does not know what she's in for, considering the menace I was.
Yeah, so don't continue on that path you're down unless you can, ever come talk to me and tell me you're sorry and bulk up from the actions that you did. Like I said, I'm a very understanding person. I'm a very loving person. And even if you came to me right now and like, I'm sorry about everything, I wanted to be my friend again, I'm like, okay, there's gonna be new rules. If I'm ever too much, you need to tell me. and we could take a break, or you can just have some you time for a while, and when you want to come back, I'm here. Because I'm not the kind of person you made me out to be. Neither is my wife. And I'm sorry if you did get jealous of me and my wife, but you also did tell me a lot. You didn't want to be with me, and then you would flirt with me too. So there was a lot of mixed signals there. Anyways, back to what I'm saying.
Back to reading.
I'm an honest person because that's what you and her have told me for months, because you both have told me to be honest and not hide. So I did. You just didn't like the person that I came out on the other side. I've been like this for months, so like I said, take this whatever way you want. You can get mad and block me, or you can be a better person and come apologize for how you've acted. At that point, you are not any better than my own mom, because my mom, and yes, Mom, if you read this, I'm sorry, but it's just how I feel. Please do not get mad at me and come cuss me out or say anything. I don't think that you would do that, but I'm just saying, like, don't do that, because these YouTube videos are my therapy. So any family member can come and get mad, but I don't need you to say anything to me. Maybe keep that little part to yourself until I'm better mentally, because these are my therapy session. It's where I don't get judged, and I tell people, the world, if anyone watches these, that you're probably not going through as bad stuff as I went through, or you are going through a lot more, but you're not alone, because therapy session, come on. Everyone's invited for the therapy session too. There's no judgment and no hate comments. And what else? If we're all in therapy.
Open, welcoming space, no judgment, no bullying, no harassment, just open to vent and be nice to each other.
Mm-hmm. Because we can tell each other, hey, I got offended by that. And we can say, oh, okay, well, maybe I didn't mean to, but it's how I feel. This is all how I feel. But anyways, because whenever I was having trouble with my mom, I was obviously talking to her and her daughter, and they're like, your mom's this person. And she even told me a few times to stop talking to my mom, but no, I do not want to stop talking to my mom, because the only person here for me right now is my mom. And this is exactly why I never stopped talking to my mom, because me and my mom have had fights, yes. I've never hit her. I have raised my voice, but I've never hit her. But one thing I can say is, when we do come out on the other side, because I'm just like my mom, when we come out together. And my mom knows when it's time to be serious. My whole family does. So I still have my family, even though for a while I thought I didn't. But now is a time that I need to learn to be honest with them, and I need to tell them straight up to their face, which if they do care about me, then obviously they're going to listen. But since I've gotten out, my mom has been so nice, and I can't wait to see them. I'm hoping to see them next week, whenever I get my food stamps, because I'm going to make them a delicious dinner. And then I'm going to sit down and talk with all of them and tell them how I am. And maybe things can change in our relationships, where we can be honest with each other and have me, obviously they know the kind of person I am now, because I have changed a lot. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So honestly, I am very hurt, because you guys tried so hard to earn and gain my trust, and as soon as I do, with months of and reassuring me you won't be like everyone else and leave, you do exactly that. But after I was put in a very dangerous place for me personally, I wouldn't have been so mad if Lee would have at least came to the ER after Julie let you and her know I was on a hold. I'm sure Lee didn't mean for any of this, but she can't be a school counselor if she wants to just call the cops when she doesn't know what else to do. And Julie did tell her prior to calling the cops that if she needed to blow up Julie's phone, she should have, and Julie would have came home, because that's in messages. Like I said, everything's there. We're not liars. But I did read what you said about I can blame Julie for destroying Lee, but no, I will not blame Julie. Lee needs to blame herself for the bad action she did. I have room in my heart to forgive you and her. Want to know why? Because Eddie found you guys his real family and was starting to open up. And now he gets abandoned because of a really bad day. You did not have to block me, but you did. Because you're wrapped around Lee, which I am really glad she has a mother who will do everything she asks or block people because she thinks she was hurt. Like I said, Lee did it to herself because that is the truth. Lee made these actions. No one else did. Lee called the cops. No one else did.
Have you ever explained who Eddie is?
Eddie is also one of the autistic personalities in me since I have DAD. He is like an autistic kid who gets scared very easily and who it takes a lot for him to find comfort and trust and love and families. That's why I don't let go of mine very easily. But whenever he does find love and comfort and trust in a family, it's probably not wise to hurt that kid because he's a very sweet kid. And he's also mute, so whenever he does talk, you must be pretty special to make him talk to you. But anyways, I'm willing to forgive you and her, but I will not wait long. You guys can take a week to think everything over, or you can just hold a grudge against me or Julie. Who do you want to blame? Lee knew I was going to hate her and be mad, and I did hate her for a while till I realized in the hospital she probably didn't mean to. She probably didn't think they would take me, but it just seems like you guys were fake this whole time if it was so easy to be blocked after you took up for me prior on Facebook, which, by the way, I didn't get a chance to thank you for what you said to my uncle. He really thought he had something to say. Thank you, though. I appreciate that you weren't scared of him and told him the truth and he got mad. So I don't care. He's out of my life for what he said to you and Julie. But that's a whole other thing. I do hope I hear from you and Lee because I am not a bad kid, right? Isn't that what you have told me and Eddie? We aren't bad? You told me that I was your daughter too, so why wasn't I treated as such? I can understand if I went after Lee and cussed her out and said a lot of mean things, but I never had a chance to even speak to her, and that's all I need right now. When I got out, I wanted her and Julie, which Lee and Julie. And while in the hospital, Eddie came out and was talking about Lee and you. I put you down as my mom too. I'm sorry, I hope you didn't mind I put your number because I was scared and told them to call you if I got killed because my mom's emergency contact and so is Julie. My mom, dad, and Julie. I put that if I got killed because that I was scared of those people, but like I said, if you decide to talk to me again and reclaim me as your family, I would love to tell you everything that happened. And Lee, well, I'm really sucky at putting commas and stuff. I got a paper and I want her to read it. I think it can help her deal with herself as well. I know she's overwhelmed with school, and I think the paper will help. I do miss you and Lee. I wrote her a paper too. I hope she didn't take it the wrong way. I just knew I couldn't move past without least giving you a message to explain my part. And I'm sorry that Lee left school. I'm not sure why she left. Julie never did anything. And venting, as Lee did tell her it was okay to vent, because I'm sorry, it's all over the place, but Lee did tell Julie prior that day that it's okay if Julie wanted to vent, and then she did get mad once Julie did vent, but Julie was never belittling her or blamed her for anything.
Not that day. I have belittled her and blamed her for every single thing before. And she outright yelled at me and told me to knock it off. But this time when I was literally just telling her what was going on, she decided, nope, too much.
True story. Lee was never put down for anything she did. I never had a chance to yell or say anything to her. I'm just telling you how I feel. It's not trying to be a bad person. I'm sorry the way I word things may seem odd. But I do think if you want me in your life still, because I have yet to pay you back for helping me, because she did give me some money for groceries and she did block me now. So I do want that to be put out there and all of the internet's glory to see at, 1 o'clock?
I think.
Oh.
No, it's midnight.
So it's midnight, so it's now Friday. I do want to say that I did tell her I want to pay her back in this message, and I do want to pay her back. But if she blocked me, don't know what to say. Shouldn't have blocked me until you got your money, because I'm not going to go through extraordinary ways to send it if you're going to do this. I feel like you don't deserve it at this point.
And I'm not gonna send the money to her daughter if she didn't block me on Venmo.
Yeah.
That's too much work.
But I hope you understand all of this, and like I said, you can take this however you want. Please just know it's not to sound mean, it's how I feel. Like, if I fucked up, all of this was turned around, and look at it from my point of view. I hope you can forgive me and Julie and yourself and your daughter. Julie was the only one there for me. Nobody even called to ask how I was, made sure I was okay. But I will stop here, and like I said, I do hope I hear from you, and I don't think I will understand if I don't hear from you, because I feel like I got punished by getting blocked, because that is also what I feel like. I felt like I was getting punished and I did something wrong, which I didn't do anything wrong, looking at all of that. Me venting to a friend does not deserve me to go to a mental hospital, because that was supposed to be my friend. So, yeah. Because she's saying the same thing, I'm saying the same thing. I got treated bad and literally got sent to a hospital. She got to stay in her warm bed the whole time. If she was destroying herself, it was probably because she feels very guilty for how she acted. That is called guilt, honey. Guilt will eat you up. I'm sorry I'm talking too much. Anyways, blah, 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 blah. But also, I just got home and I wanted to add, I got your box because I got a box. But there's some other stuff. I was just updating her, and I did send her a picture of how my fall look went. Which, that, oh yeah, not me. That was my fall look. The picture, okay. I can't really understand her message. All it comes out to like this, and I'm going to say exactly how I see it, because
When you go from Android to iPhone, if it's too long, it splits it up and then sends it weird, so we cannot find the beginning.
Yeah, it's all weird. So all it says is, my life. I can't stand to see my daughter cry and be in pain anymore. I hope you get the help you need and can live a healthy life, which, by the way, I don't know what kind of pain her daughter is in, that it is destroying her so much that this woman literally had to block me and they're blaming my wife. They're literally blaming my wife, saying, you can blame your wife. I'm not blaming my wife. You know why? My wife did nothing to me. My wife did not send me to a mental hospital. My wife would. And if she ever does, and I do something really stupid and she knows, and she comes in, or I'm not answering my phone and she's very worried about me, then she will call the cops. But she knows how I am. She knows how I am. So no, I will never blame my wife. You know why? My wife was the only one there when I was in the ER and I was getting transferred to the hospital. She was the only one there that I was grabbing onto, crying and screaming into her fucking hair that I didn't want to be taken away. So no, I will never blame my wife. She was the only one there for me. That she even heard my cries in my sleeps as I was having nightmares about getting dragged away, and all I was saying is, I just want to go home. So no, I will never blame her. She was the only one there for me. That's all I gotta say on that part. I don't know what kind of pain Lee is in, but that's guilt. Guilt will do that to people. When you feel guilty about something you did and you don't even want to try and help yourself or make up for it, you do this. This is guilt. This is a coward move. I'm not going to change my mind on this. But anyways, I do hope I get the help I need, which I am on 2 therapists now, and I'm getting a new psychiatrist, so I do believe I'm on my way to getting help. You and your daughter also need very big help. So it says appreciation, the next thing, because that's what it says. Appreciation for what is given to you. So yes, I am leaving your life because, like my daughter, I was so invested in your life that it was taking a toll, which I'm sorry. I'm sorry my life was taking a toll on you. I never told anyone to be that invested in me. I never told anyone or begged anyone to be in my life. Matter of fact, I constantly told them, thank you. And every time they both told me they loved me, what did I never say back?
never said I love you. You let it slip like once or twice.
Yeah, it was never something that I said back, because me saying I love you to people means I have to actually love them. And as much as I did like her and her mom, they were my best friends.
They weren't at that level yet.
They were never at that level, and this is why. This is why I don't love people. They have to earn it. They didn't earn my trust, but they never earned my love. Because I don't just love people. It hasn't even been a year. It wasn't even a full year, because I met them in March. So, yes, there's that.
It's been 6 months.
So, yes. Okay, it says ST week. I don't know what ST week means. You can blame your wife for me leaving your life, which again, I am not going to ever blame my wife, because my wife didn't create any of this. My wife was actually working, so she has no play in any of this.
I was just confused.
You can blame your wife for me leaving your life. The pain and anguish that my daughter has been through was too much for me.
Not my problem.
Don't know what your daughter was in so much anguish and pain. I never hurt her physically. And mentally, I don't think I did that much pain to her, because I think I was in my own pain. Sorry. And all the stuff I bought for her, which she did buy stuff for me, but I do show appreciation for the things that you guys have given me. Don't know where that wasn't there, but I also bought your daughter a lot of things in return, and I took her to a lot of places and paid with my money.
To the point where we even have evidence in text message saying it's my turn to be the sugar mama.
Yeah. So, don't know where the anguish and pain, like I said, that is guilt eating her alive, until she can forgive herself and say sorry to me. Yes, but the pain and anguish that my daughter has been through was too much for me to see. I have seen her cry and be in so much distress, because she has dedicated herself to being there for you. You want to call us fake, yet you take yet not show any appreciation, which, like I said, I don't know where I don't show the appreciation. I constantly said thank you, text messages in there. If they really want to start a war with me, I will post every single text message that we have talked about. So please don't test me on that. As I have showed, like I said, I have bought a lot of stuff for this girl, and I've taken her everywhere out of my money. So let's not play a competition game, because we can both say we did this and we did that. We were equals in a friendship, okay? That's what happened. I just never lied, never cheated, stole, and hurt anyone. Your daughter put this on herself. Lee, you did this to yourself. This is the guilt eating you alive. You know why? Because you couldn't take responsibility and say, I messed up. It would have been a little bit different. These videos would have been different, and not talking about you this way, at least. If you would have at least came and apologized, came to the ER and said, I'm sorry. I didn't mean for this to happen, but I do hope when you get out we can talk about this and move. Then I could have said, okay, I'm very mad at you, but I'll give you another chance to redeem yourself. Because anyone who comes in this person's life, you're going to have to earn it. I'm not going to let people stay for free. I charge a lot of money. I charge a lot. But then I said something else, which I'm not going to get on to. It was Julie and her. But the whole reason I said this is because, what did you say before? You said something that made me start the video.
I don't know.
Something about they didn't take responsibility or something.
Oh. She knew that she messed up after time and time again of both me and you saying mental hospitals make you worse. It's like it hit her in the face of, oh no, I definitely won't be able to handle it now. They don't want to take responsibility of the aftermath of you coming out, because you coming out, it gotta be gentle and patient. And she left school to have her breakdown, It's been a week and I haven't even had mine yet.
Even my own therapist knows that whenever I come out, it's going to be a very rough time.
Mm-hmm.
Very.
Like, the therapist has been around for almost 2 years now. Even the new one that's only been around for a month or so, got the hint of no matter the hospitals, got it. Because, oh no, this is going to be a rough ride. And she couldn't even handle it. And she wants to be a school counselor. I don't understand where that connects.
Yeah, because even my mom, because like I said, I don't have the best relationship, or I don't know. It's been rough with me and my mom.
It's a roller coaster relationship.
But I still love my mom, and I know she loves me. I love my dad, and I know he loves me. My brothers, different YouTube video.
Screw them. You don't need them. Don't worry about them. They're not important.
I was the only girl growing up, okay? Me and my mom both have issues with boys because they suck. But anyways, no, even my mom knows, because my mom kept telling me, you know, like time and time again, she's like, you need to go to a hospital. I'm like, Mom, it doesn't help. And she kept telling me, you need to go. I'm like, Mom, it doesn't help. But now my mom has been super nice, and my dad, and I think now they know that it's not a good idea to send me to a hospital. I mean, I can understand if I'm in a really bad place and they're very worried about me, then call the cops and then send me. I can understand that. I'm still not going to be happy when I go, but I can understand. But this time it was not called for, because I wasn't doing anything. I was in the middle of cooking. And I was also having a bad day, which that is okay for anyone to have a bad day. I wasn't threatening to hurt anyone, so wasn't threatening to hurt myself. I do not want to live, but
like we've spoke about in a different video.
Yeah.
Passive suicidal.
I just hope seeing this from, if my family comes and musters onto it, hello, and if you get mad about it, but if you've reached the end, I'm sorry. It's my therapy session. I'm allowed to say what I want in my therapy session. I'm pretty sure everyone else who's in family or friends have even brought me up saying, you know, it's horrible sometimes having to deal with this person because they have a lot. I know I have a lot, and I'm sorry, sometimes it is a lot to deal with. But the rock here is this person who stayed, and Charlie, wherever she is.
Wherever she is, because I can never find her.
She's working on 9 years. Well, she's hit 9 years, so. My mom has unfortunately hit 24. My mom, not the winners. But anyways, I'm going to go now because it's been almost 40 minutes and I would like some type of sleep.
And this video is going to take forever to upload.
Yeah. So this was the venting post about the people who are no longer in my life. And I want my Aunt Teddy back too. Because I gave that to someone I thought was a friend. Not to someone who's not even going to last a week after giving it to them. So, yeah. Want my Aunt Teddy back, and hope you guys have a great life. And I hope everyone else who watches this can fully understand I'm not a liar, and you can have any opinion about you want. For me, you may think I'm a bad person or anything I said. It's like, hey, you're the problem. You can have that opinion. That is your right. But please do not comment with that. I don't need to hear or see bad things about me, because I'm trying to build my self-confidence. I'm a good person. I do not lie about things, okay? Like I said, you can hate me if you don't like me. She's ugly. She's wearing glasses. She's not wearing glasses. Her hair is stupid. She's too fat. Keep all of that to yourself and write it down and burn it, okay? I don't want to hear or read or see any hate about me. I know it's the internet. I'm putting myself out there, but I'm just saying, it's my video. You're going to comment on it that's saying how much you hate me or it's my video, my therapy session, okay? Goodbye.